Do any of you out there like to cook? Now listen, I'm not the best chef or baker in the world. There's no doubt about that. However, there are some things I enjoy making, mainly because I enjoy eating them. One of our favorites in my house are blueberry muffins. They taste so good when they come out of the oven, and they're like the perfect snack. They're wonderful for breakfast. I could eat them all the time. And there are certain ingredients I need to create blueberry muffins. Of course, I need things like sugar and flour and oil and eggs and of course blueberries. Now imagine if I was missing any of those ingredients. I wouldn't be able to create the perfect blueberry muffin. But I want you to think about God. When God created the earth and everything in it, He created it from nothing. You know, today's Bible verse tells us in Genesis 1:1, the very first passage of scripture in the entire Bible, it tells us in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That means from the very beginning, God created something amazing out of nothing. That's hard for you and me to understand, especially when we think about being a baker. We have to have the right ingredients. We have to create blueberry muffins out of something. But God is different. He is the creator of all things. I want you to think about all of the ways that God has designed an incredible world for us to live in. From the majestic mountains to the beautiful ocean. Even you and me. In God's creation, the most beautiful picture of what He has done is in you and me. The Bible tells us that we were created in God's image, and we were set apart to be very different in God's creation story. Today, we're going to take it all the way back to creation and talk about how God had a plan for you and me from the very beginning.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was dark and it did not have any shape. On the first day, God said, "Let there be light," and immediately there was light. God called the light day and the dark night. God saw the light was good. On the second day, God said, "Let the waters separate," and the waters spread apart. God called the space in between the waters sky. On the third day, God said, "Let the waters under the sky gather together and let dry land appear." As soon as God spoke these words, it happened. God called the dry land earth and the waters seas. God saw that the earth and the seas were good. Then God said, "Let the earth make plants and trees that have seeds." And there were plants and trees. And God saw that it was good. On the fourth day, God said, "Let there be lights in the sky to separate the days from the nights." It happened as God said. God made the sun to shine during the day and the moon and the stars to shine at night. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the water be filled with creatures, and let birds fly above the earth and the sky." Living creatures filled the seas and the sky. And that was the fifth day. And God saw that it was good. On the sixth day, God said, "Let the earth be filled with all kinds of animals. Livestock, creatures, and wildlife filled the earth." And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our own image, according to our likeness, to rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and every creature on the earth." So God created man in His own image. He created a man and a woman. God saw all that He had created, and He thought it was very good. On the seventh day, God had completed His work. God blessed the seventh day and said that it was holy. Then God rested.
You know, God's creation is a remarkable story from start to finish. But there's one more thing that I want you to know. At creation, Jesus was also present. You see, part of God's plan was not only just to create man and woman and the world and everything that we see around us, but God's plan was for us to know Jesus. God is powerful. He created something remarkable out of nothing. God is not only the grand designer of the earth and everything that's in it, but He loved us so much that He had a plan to send His only Son, Jesus, to earth. This week, I want you to look around you and be amazed at God's creation. Know that when God created the earth, He had you in mind. That's something special to carry around with you the rest of your life.